So you are like, please maintain silence.
Can we see how many participants we have? We'll start when somebody joins.
No, आप start कर दो.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible? So we are just checking that we are live on YouTube and the video is audible. We are audible to the people. So I hope that everybody is having a good day today. We have joined over here to uh, discuss or inform you about the new facility on the invoice management system regarding handling of credit notes and whatever the new features that we have provided on the GST portal. I am ably assisted by my team members. My superintendent officer is there, Mr. Sanjay Yadav. My technical hand, Rajat Sharma, is also there. Our media team is there, Mr. Papriya and Anurag. And our IT person is also here, Mr. Munish. So we are over here to inform you about the new facility that has that is live on the portal and about the features that it has. So I am Mohammed Saim from the Indian Revenue Service from GSTN, and let's get started. I will try to keep it short and crisp. Will provide try to give you a glimpse of the functionality through the basic aspects of it, and if time permits, we'll also take some questions at the end of the session. Whatever questions we can take, and my only request would be just to pay attention on the screen, how it is moving and what all new things that we have provided. You can also pose your questions in the chat box or in the comment box. My team is there. They will be looking and analyzing the questions, and then we will try to take it up at the end of the session. So, can we have IMS dashboard on the screen? I hope the screen is visible to you all. Can somebody concur to that? So on the IMS dashboard screen, when you log in, you can see the inward supply tile and the outward supply tile. If you will click on the inward supply tile, then you will see that there is IMS dashboard and some invoices are already there. We have populated the invoices uh, to try to explain it to you how the new functions will be happening. I hope it is visible. So what are the new changes that have been implemented in IMS? So we have implemented three core changes in IMS. First of all, it was a long pending demand from the trade and industry that they are having reconciliation problems in credit notes. And due to this, they wanted a pending option for credit notes. We deliberated it, and ultimately we have provided pending options for credit notes, and along with credit notes, the amendments, downward amendment, uh, and amendment of invoices, amendment of credit notes, we have provided pending options for these. Second important point that facility that we have provided is about the reversal that happens in lieu of the credit notes. Now, we got a lot of representation from industry that when recipient does not take inward tax credit, input tax credit, or reverses it before the credit note, and when credit note is given by the supplier, then again it results into reduction of ITC. That problem, more or large, we have tried to solve through the second issue, through the second facility, where we have provided an option to declare the amount of ITC that needs to be reduced by the recipient. for the record for which he has already reduced or reversed the input tax credit availed by him, or the recipient did not avail the ITC altogether. The third is an optional facility to provide a remark for the pending or the rejected records. So we will take you through one by one through all these facilities that have been provided, and we'll guide you through it. So let's come to the first one, providing pending option to the credit notes. Now, first of all, let me make it clear that the pending option that is provided for these credit notes is for one tax period. For monthly, it is for 1 month, and for quarterly, it is for 1 quarter. Now, the calculation of this pending tax period is with respect to the due date of the next month. So, if a tax period is October, and if an invoice is supplied on, say, 10th of October, then it will become part of October's to be generated on November. So it will be, the facility will be that one tax period you can keep it pending. So you can keep it pending till November. And November's due date will be 20th December. And you have to take action before 20th December. If the taxpayers does not take any action, then it will be deemed accepted. So either you have to reject the credit note or you have to accept the credit note. Now on the screen, you can see that there are some credit notes and the P option, the pending option has been activated. Now you can see that we can click the pending option and will save the record. On clicking of the pending option, you can see that there is a checkbox or of giving remarks. Now this remarks is optional, but as I suggest, you should give remarks to these records, because your recipient will be able to, your supplier will be able to see these remarks. And whenever we take some kind of an action like this, we reject a record or we take a pending option, then these kind of extra additional information is very helpful for your suppliers. And it's not there that every time you will make a phone call or you will inform them. We all have busy lives and we are not able to communicate properly. So these official channels will be very fruitful and very beneficial for your tax compliance. So we'll proceed with it. We'll some like test remark we have, we'll proceed with it, and now we'll try to save the record. So the record has been saved successfully and the credit note has been marked as pending. As you can see that we have carefully color coded it: green, red, and yellow. Yellow is for pending option, and it is the credit note has been kept pending. Now, when the period for pending will expire, then the taxpayer will have to take action on this record. Either he has to accept the record or he has to reject the record. If a recipient does not take any action, then the record will be deemed accepted by the system upon the ending of that pendency period. That is for one tax period, 1 quarter or 1 month, as per the frequency of the tax filing of the recipient. I hope it was clear to everybody. The final record will move to GSTR 2B of the recipient. Now we will move to the next facility that we have provided, where the taxpayer gets an option to declare the ITC amount which needs to be reversed. Can we select a record? As you can see that, can we just go back and yeah, just so for example, just look that there is a second record where it's CN1. And when we will try to accept that record screen, there will be a pop-up box on the screen. Now see carefully, what does the screen say? It says whether ITC needs to be reduced for the selected records. Now, through this facility, we have tried to solve the problem of records where the ITC was not availed by the recipient or was reversed by the recipient, and after that the credit note has been given by the supplier, which on acceptance will ultimately automatically reduce the ITC of the recipient again. Now, this problem was happening when the recipient used to reject the record, because ultimately the supplier that on rejection of the credit note, that invoice will again be, or the value will again be added back to the supplier, and supplier will not be able to reduce his liability. And if the recipient accepts, it will be a double whammy for the recipient, and the ITC will be reduced again. So through this option, now take it an example that if the recipient has already reduced the ITC or has not availed the ITC. So you can see the question whether ITC needs to be reduced for the selected records, yes or no. If you have already reversed the ITC or have not availed the ITC altogether, just click no. Can we click no? Yes, we click no. Proceed. Now can we see the record? So you can see that there is a column in the record whether ITC to be reduced by the taxpayer, amount declared, no, nil, NA. So this amount, the credit note amount will not be populated to, will not reduce the ITC of the recipient, and will also solve the purpose of the supplier. Supplier will be able to reduce the liability, and the recipient will also be happy that the ITC is not reduced. Okay. Now there are cases where the entire amount need not to be reduced, and there is a case of a partial reversal. For example, we will take a case that supposedly a 100 rupee credit note needs to be given, but the recipient has already reversed 50 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, or 40 rupees. And that amount that is already reduced need not to be reduced again by the credit note. And in normal situations, in running a business, in running industries where there are so many compliances, billing sections, expenses sections, indirect taxation sections, so many to and fro happens. And because of this, these kind of scenarios can occur. Now to solve this problem, can we click the accepted record once again? Yeah. So there is a pop-up box. Now whether ITC needs to be reduced for the selected record. Now you need to reduce the ITC because you have already reversed it or you have not availed it. So we'll click yes. Now proceed. Now happens, or there can be two situations. First of all, you need that 100% ITC needs to be reduced. So you do not have to click on yes. You have to click on no. Because on yes, you will not be able to put up the entire amount. So there is a simple option. It's like a questionnaire. Simple option. Just click no. and entire amount will not be reduced, will not get reversed automatically. For partial reversal, you have to click yes and then you have to provide the amount. By what amount the ITC will be reduced. Supposedly, you have already reversed 50 rupees and you want the amount to be reversed by 50 rupees. So you will put up this amount of 50 rupees and the ITC will be reduced only by 50 rupees. Can we select one record? Yes. So 5 rupees. So we have selected that ITC should be reduced by 10 rupees, 5 for CGST and 5 for SGST and 5 for cess. And we will try to save this record. So a warning message, customary warning message that it is selected or not, and success. The records has been selected. Can we just see the record? Yes. So you can see that amount declared by the taxpayer for ITC deduction 5 rupees CGST, 5 rupees SGST, and 5 rupees cess. And the amount will be reduced by this amount only. The ITC will be reduced by this amount only. And I think that in a lot of situations where ITC was already reversed, was not taken by the supplier, I think will be solved by this important and the crucial functionality that has been released by GSTN. Now, coming on to the third one, giving remarks for taking a reject or a pending option. Just reject a record. Can we just reject a record? Yeah, we'll reject a record. So when you are rejecting a record, there are some remarks. Just you can write a remark that the details are not correct or some important mention of the goods is missing. So whatever the remark is there, you provide this remark and you save this. So this remark that you have provided over here will be available to the supplier against each record. Now, it seems to be a bit of a small thing, but it solves a very major problem. There are thousands of invoices with the suppliers, thousands of invoices for the recipient, and many a times the details are incorrect. And you are coordinating it over phone, over WhatsApp messages, over a lot of board meetings and all. And then you have to deploy so many softwares, tallying everything, matching everything, which there may be human errors also. Now it is very simple. Go online, select the record where the invoice is missing. You write a remark. Whenever you're rejecting it, write a remark. It will go to the supplier, and the supplier can amend this record. The supplier can issue a credit note, and so many corrective options are there, and corrective actions can be taken by the supplier. So now we have covered all three new things that have been released by GSTN. This is available on GS. This is available to GSPs. This is available online, and very soon. Let me also tell you, very soon we would be coming up with the offline version of the IMS, and I think it will solve a great deal of problem that the small taxpayers are facing. We have also released a new functionality regarding bill of entries in IMS. When a taxpayer will file a bill of entry in the IceGate portal in customs, it will flow to IMS to keep it pending or to accept it. And next week, we will be having a live webinar on the same topic on the IceGate functionality. Also, along with the bill of entry changes, if a GSTN is changed, that will also flow to IMS for taking action. If there are any questions I would be happy to take a few of them. I suppose there are no questions. Hope I am audible. There are a few questions that I am seeing on the screen. The first question is regarding API. So let me tell you that the APIs are functioning, they have been released. The second question that I can see is regarding bulk validations. So multiple selection is there. The taxpayer can select multiple records and can take an action. The third question is regarding the availability of this in October return period. So it will be available in October 2B, which will be available on 14th of November. And it is right now available. Right now, these records are available on IMS through API. The reverse values are not getting pushed. See, if the reversed value, which I am assuming that you are talking about the values which you are putting up in the portal on the checkbox, if they are not getting pushed for reversal, then there may be a technical issue. You can raise a ticket over the GST help desk and we'll try to resolve it at the earliest. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you everybody for giving us your time. And if there is anything about the video, you can post it on the post it in the comment box. We'll try to provide answer to that in the comment box itself. Or if you are facing any problem in IMS, you can raise a ticket on the GST help desk. Thank you all. Signing off for the day. Thank you.